Today we are going to talk about one of the most interesting coins in American history, the Lincoln penny. More specifically, we are going to look at the 1950 Lincoln cent. If you have some old pennies lying around, you might want to check them carefully, because some of them could actually be worth far more than just 1 cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became one of the most popular coins in circulation. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse originally displayed 2 wheat ears, which gave the coin its nickname, the wheat cent. In 1959, the design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the back, but in 1950 it was still the classic wheat reverse. Now let's focus on the 1950 penny. That year, the United States Mint produced the coin in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark. The Denver mint coins have a small D mark below the date, and the San Francisco coins have an S mark. Each of these coins can have a different value depending on condition, rarity, and errors. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 272 million pennies in 1950. Because of the high mintage, most 1950 Philadelphia cents are fairly common in lower grades and usually worth only a few cents above face value if they are worn. But when you find one in uncirculated condition, also called mint state, the value can rise significantly. A bright red example graded MS-65 can sell for $10 to $20, while top-graded pieces can bring in much higher prices at auctions. The Denver Mint struck over 334 million pennies in 1950, which again means they are not rare in circulated condition. Most of these are worth only a few cents unless they are preserved in very high mint state grades. But collectors do pay premiums for coins with strong luster and full original red color. A 1950 D penny in MS-67 red has sold for over $1,000. The San Francisco Mint struck just over 118 million pennies that year. While this is a smaller mintage than Philadelphia or Denver, it is still not considered rare. In circulated grades, the 1950s is only worth a few cents, but in gem mint state it can become valuable. High-grade red examples can bring $50 to $200 or more depending on condition and demand. What really makes some 1950 pennies valuable are the errors and varieties. Collectors hunt for doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and off-center strikes. A doubled die can show doubling in the letters or the date. Repunched mint marks show extra impressions of the mint mark, often visible under magnification. These error coins are scarce and can sell for hundreds of dollars or even more depending on the exact variety and the coin's grade. To sum it up, most 1950 pennies are common and worth only a little more than face value if they are circulated. But uncirculated examples with strong red color or rare error varieties can be worth real money. That is why it is always important to check your pocket change and old coin jars. You never know what treasure might be hiding in there. The Lincoln cent has a rich history and is loved by collectors around the world. Even though the 1950 penny might not seem special at first, the right example can be a real prize for any coin collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, make sure to subscribe for more videos about coin values, history, and tips on what to look for in your change. Today we are diving into the world of Lincoln pennies and focusing on the special 2009 pennies that every coin collector and treasure hunter should know about. The year 2009 was very important in United States coin history. It marked the 200th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. To celebrate this milestone, the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverse designs, each one representing a different stage of Lincoln's life. The first design is called Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky. It shows a simple log cabin to represent the humble place where Lincoln was born in 1809 in Hardin County, Kentucky. The second design is called Formative Years in Indiana. This coin shows young Lincoln sitting on a log reading a book while holding a work tool. It represents his education and hardworking upbringing in Indiana. The third design is Professional Life in Illinois. This one shows Lincoln standing in front of the state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, where he began his political career as a lawyer and legislator. And finally, the fourth design is called Presidency in Washington, D.C. This coin shows the half-completed U.S. Capitol dome, which represents Lincoln's time as president during the Civil War and his dedication to preserving the Union. Now, when it comes to coin values, most of these 2009 pennies are still found in Pocket change because millions were made in both Philadelphia and Denver mints, but collectors pay attention to condition special mint marks and proof issues. Circulated coins usually trade for face value, but uncirculated coins in high grades can be worth more. For example, mint state coins graded MS-65 or higher may be worth $1 or more, and proof versions from San Francisco can be worth a few dollars each depending on condition and demand. There are also errors and varieties to watch for. Some 2009 pennies show double dies or strong strikes that can sell for tens or even hundreds of dollars if authenticated. The key takeaway is that while most 2009 pennies are common, they hold strong historical significance because of the 4 reverse designs, which were only made for that 1 year. Collectors love to have all 4 designs in their collection, and coin rolls from 2009 are becoming harder to find in circulation. So next time you come across a 2009 Lincoln penny, make sure to check the design, the mint mark, and the condition, because you might be holding more than just one cent. You could be holding a little piece of history and possibly even a coin worth money. Welcome back to the Hidden Riches Coin channel. Today we are diving into the world of American coinage and exploring one of the most popular and collectible coins, the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny. Many people come across this coin in old collections, jars of change, or even tucked away in drawers and wonder if it has any real value. The truth is, every coin has a story, and the 1941 wheat penny is no exception. Let's start with the history. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue United States coin to feature a real person instead of a symbolic figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse shows the bust of President Lincoln facing right with the words "In God We Trust" at the top, liberty to the left, and the date to the right. The reverse has 2 wheat stalks circling the words 1 cent, giving the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. By 1941, the United States was on the edge of World War II. Millions of soldiers were being trained, industries were shifting to wartime production, and coins were being struck in massive numbers to support the growing economy. That year, 3 United States mints produced Lincoln cents: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you look closely under the date on a 1941 penny, you may or may not see a mint mark. No mint mark means Philadelphia. A small d means it came from Denver. An S indicates San Francisco. Now let's talk about the numbers. The Philadelphia mint struck over 887 million pennies in 1941. Denver produced around 128 million, and San Francisco made about 92 million. That means this coin is not considered rare in general circulation. However, collectors know that condition and errors are what really make the difference in value. Most 1941 pennies you'll find in pocket change today are heavily worn and usually worth just a few cents over face value. In average circulated condition, these coins might sell for 10 to 25 cents. But when you move into uncirculated grades, the value increases. A brilliant red example straight from a mint roll can fetch anywhere from a few dollars up to around $10 or $15 depending on its grade. If graded by a professional service at high levels like Mint State 65 or above, they can bring even more. Errors are where things get really interesting. Collectors pay big money for double dies, repunched mint marks, and off-center strikes. A 1941 penny with a dramatic double die error, for example, could be worth hundreds of dollars. Likewise, a rare proof strike from Philadelphia, which was made in small numbers for collectors, can sell for well over $100 in pristine condition. What's fascinating about these coins is not just their monetary value, but the history they carry. Imagine holding a 1941 wheat penny and thinking about what was happening in America at that time. Young men were preparing for war. Families were dealing with rationing and uncertainty. That single copper coin might have bought a newspaper, a candy bar, or a cup of coffee back in the day. Today, collectors cherish these coins because they connect us to that history. Whether you find one in a relative's collection, a coin roll from the bank, or at a flea market, every 1941 penny tells a story. The majority may only be worth a few cents, but the hunt for high-grade examples and rare errors keeps collectors excited. So the next time you come across a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, take a moment to look at it closely. Check the mint mark, notice the condition, and think about the journey that tiny piece of copper has taken over more than 80 years. Who knows, it might just be worth more than you think.